What's up, YouTube? It's Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about some players I think the Steelers should keep, some players I think they should let go to free agency, and some potential free agents I think that they should bring to the team. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And finally, man, I've been waiting for this day for a minute because every time I go to make a Steelers video recently, like I've made it and I've uploaded some of them, but like I've had like 2 or 3 that I've made and like literally didn't upload because in my head I'm like, nobody cares about the Steelers right now, man. Like, it's elephant in the room. We had another first round playoff exit. And so like, what's the point? Because if I upload it, literally all of the comments are going to be like, fire Miketomlin, fire Miketomlin. And I'm sure on this video, it's going to be more of the same. But I have a little bit more motivation to upload this now that the season is over because maybe, just maybe, people care about the Steelers again. If we don't, it's whatever. We're Zaya and the Steelers. It is what it is. But yes, I'm very excited for this offseason process, not only for the draft, which, by the way, I'll talk about the draft probably in another video here. This one isn't going to include draft picks, right? It's going to be strictly like free agency signings and shit like that. But the reason why I'm excited for the offseason is because obviously, you know, it was another letdown this year. Russell Wilson let us down. Miketomlin let us down. Our defense let us down. Our offense let us down. Arthur Smith let us down. Terrell Austin let us down. Everybody let us down, low key, right? Except for Chris Boswell. Shout out. Oh, wait, no. Shout out to Chris Boswell. Also, shout out to Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. Anyway, though, obviously all of these people let us down, right? And it is what it is. You know, we've come to expect that. But you know what we've also come to expect? Big Omar Khan, man, because this guy in back-to-back off seasons, I feel like on paper has like given us a good chance to win. Now, obviously, it didn't like reflect in the overall results of the season because we had back-to-back one and dones. You know, like in his tenure, we've had one and dones. But I feel like he's giving us a chance, right, to have the successful team. He has been a very aggressive GM. He has been a very let's sign Patrick Queen, and maybe that signing wasn't necessarily the best signing in hindsight, but it was just like a brand name kind of player, you know? And so with that said, with the needs that we have, what we've talked about over and over and over again in video after video after video, I don't think Omar Khan's going to let us down, man. I think it's going to be more of the same. I think it's going to be a very aggressive offseason. I think it's going to be a very successful offseason. It is just about how that reflects on the play on the field. And it also reflects on bye week 13. I'm not going to lie, guys. I am done with the Steelers through 10 weeks. I'm not like through 10 weeks. I am done with the Steelers up until we win a playoff game. Like, I just won't believe it because I really thought this was going to be the year that we get over the hump and we win that playoff game. But we just fucking collapsed. 5 straight games. We literally haven't won a game since like November 1st or some shit like that. It was just really sad how we finished it. But we've won every offseason in back-to-back years. And so we're going to talk about it now. I'm going to get into it. I just wanted to start it out with the big screen. Anyways, let's look at some of the Steelers free agents and who we should sign. So we are using a website called Over the Cap, and this pretty much just shows people who are going to be free agents per team, and obviously I have the Steelers selected, and then eventually we're going to talk about just overall free agents here. This like I said, this is with all the free agents, and then on this page is just the Steelers. So I'm going to go through the Steelers side, and I'm going to talk about the players I want to keep, and then eventually we'll go over to the overall free agents. And like people, you know, maybe we can sign. I don't have the exact like cap space thing up, but I'm a pretty, you know, realistic guy. Like, I feel like I understand the NFL and how it works, and I can kind of understand where we are cap space wise. And so I don't have that specifically up. But big trust, like I'm not gonna have a sign like Joe Burrow right now, you know, because I don't think that's very realistic. But anyways, looking at the Steelers free agents, we're starting it off. Mike Williams. Should we keep Mike Williams? We low-key didn't use him. I'm not sure exactly what he has a void year, so I think that means like his contract could roll over or we could void it. And so I'm not sure about that cap hit specifically, but considering we really didn't use him this year, I don't think we should keep Mike Williams. I'm not going to lie. But thinking about this, James Daniels at right guard, should we keep him? Should we give him a deal? Obviously, he's coming off an injury, but when he plays, he's been a pretty solid guard. And like Mason McCormick, I want to say stepped into that right guard spot, or was the left guard spot? I'm not sure, but Mason McCormick, I think, is a solid backup. And like maybe because of that, we let James Daniels go. But me personally, I'm going to say we should keep James Daniels, man. I'm not going to lie. And so I'm going to add James Daniels onto here. Now, in terms of like cap space and stuff, and I can't spell. In terms of like cap space and stuff, I'm not exactly like the most sure. And like, because of, you know, we obviously have Mason McCormick, we have Isaac Samalu. So the guard position for us is kind of filled, but like I feel like James Daniels, once again, when he plays, like he's a hooper. and he's coming off an injury, and so we'll have to see how that reflects necessarily on his contract, right? But I think we should keep James Daniels personally. Next up, Dante Jackson. I kind of want to keep him. I'm not gonna. I kind of want to keep him, even though I know how he finished the season. But at the start of it, he played pretty good. He got hurt, came back, and was never really the same. So like low key, I kind of want to keep him, but I think we should let him go at the same time. Like I want to keep him like in my emotion, but in terms of like how I think it's gonna go, I don't think we're gonna keep Dante Jackson. But maybe we do because like we're a little thin at the cornerback position, and I talked about Omar Khan being aggressive, but for some reason, cornerback just eludes us and eludes us and eludes us. It's eluded us far before Omar Khan. So maybe we keep him just out of like scaredness, but low key, I don't think we should keep Dante Jackson. And once again, it depends too on the contract and like what's he gonna get. If he gets like some minimum ass offer, then fuck it, I guess send it out there. But other than that, I don't think we should necessarily keep Dante Jackson. Next up though, Justin Fields. We have to keep Justin Fields. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna put Justin F there. We got to keep Justin Fields, man, because the only other option is Russell Wilson, or I mean, fucking, we're losing Kyle Allen too, but the only other option is Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields is younger, has more of an upside, and like low key, he might be better than Russell Wilson right now, and so I think we have to keep Justin Fields. I saw something that was like make Justin Fields an offer he can't refuse. Low key, we should do that. Like, not to say that we're being held hostage by him, but just because of the situation that we found ourselves in, we can't afford to not have Justin Fields right now, man. And what are we going to do? Roll into the season with another rookie or something like that in this offense, in this economy? Are you crazy? No. We need to keep Justin Fields. So that's someone I think we should keep. Nate Herbig, low-key, he didn't play. Obviously, he got hurt. He played 0% of the snaps. We should let Nate Herbig go. Landon Roberts, just for the vibes. Maybe we really don't need him, but just for the vibes, we should keep Landon Roberts because this guy, he shows a lot of effort. He's a thumper. He's a hooper. And yeah, I love Landon Roberts. Whenever he plays, like I have a great time watching him. Next up, though, this one is tough, man, and maybe not be tough for some of you guys out there, but Najee Harris, man, are we gonna extend him? Are we gonna let him go? He played half the snap. Damn, he only played half the snaps this year. What does that even mean? He didn't get hurt, right? No, Naj never is hurt. I think we should let Najee Harris go. I won't lie, and I've stated my opinion numerous times. I think because of the running back market, and it's more for Naj, if that makes sense. Like, we've wasted Najee's time for a while now, okay? Like our line has been bad, our offense has been bad. Like you can blame Najee Harris too. He's not really able to see the holes or whatever, but like if he was in a different situation, if he was on a different offense, maybe shit would look better for him, And so I kind of want him to go just to see it, just to understand, okay, was it us or was it Naj? Now, obviously we took him in the first round, so like that's a little tough. But yeah, I think we should let Najee Harris go. We let Kenny Pickett go, for God's sakes. Like, fuck a first round pick. It don't matter. Like, it's not like these things mean anything, right? And so I think we should let Najee Harris go, and I think he'll have success on another team. Now, if he turns into like Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry 2024 season, I'm gonna be a little pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, but I really do think the talent is there. I just don't think it's gonna work out on the Steelers, and I also don't think. Why do I gotta say? I also just don't think he's like all that. I'll be honest. I really don't think he is all that. I don't think he will be that Saquon or that Derrick Henry or whatever. And I think Jalen Warren, when he plays, is more productive, and like we can kind of find another Najee Harris. But he's very like I like Najee Harris. Like he's very good for the locker room. He's very good for like interviews and stuff. So it is what it is. But that's just how I feel about it, and it's how I've always felt about it. I won't lie. Like I've always been kind of on this Najee Harris hill. Even when it started it out when it was like just me, and then like now there's a lot of people who aren't really the biggest fans of Naj, so that is what it is. But I wish Naj huge, massive success on a different team. Like it's just like I see him out there and we get 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard punt, and then I see Jalen Warren get like a rush for 20 yards, and then he doesn't see the field again. Like, what are we doing? But that's neither here nor there. Najee Harris, good luck on a different team. Will we keep him? I'm not sure, but I don't think we should. Next up, KZ. Low-key, I would like to keep DeMonte Casey. Should I put that? Yeah, I'm going to put DeMonte Casey on here. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't think he'll make a crazy amount of money. I don't think he'll make a crazy amount of money. And I think when DeMonte plays, he's been an impact kind of guy for us. Now, should he be a starter? No, because who did we signed somebody this year, and it just goes to show my Steelers knowledge, man. We signed a safety this year, and he was kind of hooping too. I just can't think of his name right now. I'll probably think of it eventually. But so I think KZ is pretty good depth. Right, and when he does get to play, like when he's a starter, he can be serviceable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think KZ, he's a thumper. He's somebody else too, who's kind of like a Landon Roberts, like just for the vibes. Like I like KZ. But then we go here, Scotty Miller, we can let go. Van Jefferson, we can let go. Kyle Allen, we can let go. Michael Pruitt, we can let go. Russell Wilson, big Russell Wilson. Now, I was a huge fan of the signing at the time. And like I'm not as down on him as some people are for sure. Like I don't think he's as washed as like people are making it seem to be. However, he at age 37, 37 is crazy. Like there's just no point, like there's just no point for us to re-sign Russell Wilson. And I think he's also going to get a deal from like the Raiders and go back with Pete Carroll or something like that. I just don't think here in Pittsburgh is right for Russell Wilson. But if we do decide to keep him and get rid of Justin Fields, that is certainly a bold choice. And we'll see what the Steelers end up doing with that. But Russell Wilson, I had faith in you. I believed in you. I'm sorry shit worked out the way it did. It's probably not all your fault, but we collapsed and you're the quarterback and you're also Mr. Unlimited. Mr. Danger Witch. You're Russell Wilson, man. And so, like, of course you're going to get a lot of flack for it. I'm sorry, Russell Wilson. I don't think we should bring him back, though. If we have to, I guess, bring him back. But other than that, yeah, we should let Russell Wilson go. Cameron Sutton let go. Tyler Matakevich, he's probably pretty good on special teams, I won't lie, but I'm not going to put him on my list just because, like, come on, man. Like, for special teams, no offense, not too much on special teams. I love Chris Boswell, but, like, come on, man. James Pierre, though, I'm putting this down, and you guys are going to, like, laugh at me. You guys are going to be like, what are you talking about? You're such a casual. We need to keep James Pierre. I really don't got to talk about this. He kind of stinks, but he's been on the Steelers for a while now. He's great on special teams, kind of, and he's just a hooper. Really, we shouldn't use him at corner, though. Like, he should be, like, a kick returner or some shit. He's a great gunner. But yeah, James Pierre, we don't really want to see him hit the field. Once again, it's just more for the vibes. And I'm still thinking about the safety we signed this year because, like, Deshaun Elliott. I'm sure the comments are that it's Deshaun Elliott. That's who we signed. Deshaun Elliott kind of hooped this year. And so, like, of course, KZ's not going to be the starter. But for, like, the right price, I think he's a great depth piece, right? And I'm sure, once again, somebody, like, commented it before they got to this point of the video. And so, I'm a casual at the end. But I'm not a casual now. I know what I'm talking about now. Max Sharping, we should let go. Calvin Anderson, let go. CJ Henderson, let go. Damn, I'm saying all these corn. Maybe we do keep Dante Jackson. Maybe we, I'm gonna kind of double back here. Once again, this is another point in the video where, like, someone who didn't watch it up to this point but watched the beginning, they didn't see me do that. But yeah, we should keep Dante Jackson, I guess, for the right price. And we're keeping James Pierre as well. But yeah, CJ Henderson we can let go. Bennett Skowronek we can let go. Oh boy, I'm sorry for the clap there, but Big Dan Moore Jr. Do I want to be disrespectful? Isaiah, don't be disrespectful. He's an NFL player. You're making videos in your basement apartment. Like, don't be disrespectful. This guy is a professional athlete. You are not. He is way better than you. This is Dan Moore. You wish you were Dan Moore. Dan Moore stinks. He does. I'll be like, and it is what it is. He stinks. And he has prevented Broderick Jones from playing the right position. And over and over again, he's allowed our quarterbacks to get sacked. Over and over again, this guy, he's horrible, man. And I don't know what the Steelers have seen in him. I know he played pretty good at the beginning of this year. I really don't want this channel to be like, hey, this player sucks and blah, 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 even though that's what I'm doing with Dan Moore. But we got to be honest, man. We got to let him go. And if he was as good as, like, we keep trying to portray him to be for trade value, then we would already keep him. And, like, this would be a no comment, no question kind of thing. We already traded the guy. If he was actually that good. But we can't because he's not actually that good. And so I think we should let Dan Moore go. And on top of that, like, I don't know exactly what he goes through, but I know that, like, he just refuses to play right tackle. And for whatever reason, it is what it is. Like, maybe he has his own reasons. Maybe, like, it's valid or whatever. But, like, we can't be doing this because, once again, our first round pick, Broderick Jones, who's also getting kind of, like, cooked in the media or whatever, and he's playing the wrong position. Like, He's been influenced by this. Like, Dan Moore, because he can't play right tackle at all and refuses to do it, Broderick Jones is forced to do it. And maybe right and left tackle is completely different. I'm not sure. I was never a tackle, So, like, I'm not exactly sure of, like, the fundamentals of it all. But I know because Dan Moore has been out there not being the best, like, being, like, this crazy left tackle. No, he stinks at left tackle too. I'm sorry, man. Like, and I love Dan. I love the story of him. He's a Steeler. If we keep him, I'm not gonna, like, cry. But, like, we should let go of Dan Moore. And, like, I don't think it should really even be a question, right? Next up, Isaiah Loudermilk. We should keep him because, Isaiah. But he spelled it with 2 H's. That's kind of weird. We should let him go. Jeremiah Moon let go. Ryan McCollum let go. Big Jaylen Warren, man. We need to re-sign Jaylen Warren. We need to give him a max deal. If you guys who have been on the channel before, this should come as, like, no surprise. I've been a huge, massive Jaylen Warren fan. Like, it just is what it is. I love the way he runs. I seen him in the preseason that one year. I was like, man, he is, like, hooping right now. And it's, like, slowly but surely been working. Like, kind of like Chris Boswell, even though low-key, wait, how do I keep forgetting, like, which way to go. But, like, low-key, For Boswell, I say this every time. Like I was the only fan of Chris Boswell. I swear. Like from 2015 to like 2017, a lot of people jumped off in 2018 and then got back on this year. Like I was the only fan of Chris Boswell, right? Jalen Warren, I really feel like I was one of his first fans on the Steelers. Like ooh, you liked him. Like, it is what it is. Like I'm trying to get points here or something. But it's true. I was like really in on Jalen Warren. And so like now when I see people how high they are on him, it just kind of validates it for myself. Because I remember being like, yo, Jalen should be playing like way more than Najee Harris was. And at the time I was saying it, nobody was out on Najee Harris yet. Like everybody was like, you're crazy. Najee's a beast. And like, he stiff arms people sometimes in hurdles, right? And so like that's cool. But now Jalen Warren, like, he's like powerful too. He's trucking people too, and he's like way faster. Like, and I don't mean to compare him to Najee Harris. I'm gonna stop doing that. Just overall, Jalen Warren, he is a hooper. So like, yes, we should keep Jalen Warren for sure. And then Zion Gilbert, I guess let him go. I'll be honest, guys, I really don't know who Zion Gilbert is. And like from this list, I've only kept 6 players. I've kept James Daniels, Justin Fields, Landon Roberts, DeMonte KZ, James Pierre, Dante Jackson, and Jalen Warren. On this list, like if I'm missing out on some people, maybe we give Van Jefferson a little deal. Maybe we'll keep like Nate Herbig because he's young, even though I mean he's kind of coming off an injury. We're not gonna keep Cameron Sutton. Tyler, I'm gonna put Tyler on here too because like I know he plays special teams. So I'll keep Tyler Matakevich on here. But past that, like I feel like we're really just kind of keeping people for depth at this point. And if like that's what we got to do, it's what we got to do. But these were the players that like are for sure, no doubt, like we should probably keep these guys. DeMonte KZ, or not KZ, I'm sorry, Dante Jackson, I'm not really like the biggest on, but hey, like maybe we'll keep him, maybe we won't, I don't know. But now I want to take it over to this page because this is the potential free agents for this season, right? And so you can see starting it off, Stephon Diggs, like he's on a void year. I am going to go straight to wide receiver now because obviously, that is what we probably need the most, and maybe quarterback too. Maybe we'll look at quarterback here in a second, but wide receiver, players like Cooper Kupp aren't on here, and another guy too who like just kind of been like leaked for a trade or whatever. I think it's true. Deebo Samuel, and like guys, last year Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk carried this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not gonna lie. And so like those like Cooper Kupp and Deebo Samuel won't be on here. Both of which, if we can get them, let's get them. I'm with it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm hating on Deebo Samuel or whatever, but like even at the time, I wasn't really with it. Like I'd rather Brandon Ayuk, even though he, just got hurt. So I'm not really the highest on Deebo Samuel, but I am pretty high on Cooper Kupp. And then like looking at these free agents, obviously Stephon Diggs, I don't really want him, I guess, because I know he's a hooper, but I don't know. I'm not really the highest on him. T. Higgins, you guys tell me he's really good, but he's a Bengal. You see that? That is a Cincinnati Bengal. And so I just don't see it. I don't believe it. I know I'm bugging too. Like I know I'm completely wrong about T. Higgins, but I just I don't necessarily want him. Keenan Allen, he's of course on the older side, but I think he could be like a veteran wide receiver for us. We drop down here. Chris Godwin, he's been hurt a little bit too, but he's a hooper, man. I'm gonna add Chris Godwin onto this. Like I'm gonna add Chris Godwin, and like I said, like these contracts are gonna be kind of insane. Like I'm not sure exactly how the numbers work. But like he is going to be someone I really think we should kind of look at. So I'll even put an asterisk there given the contract. But yeah, Chris Godwin would be someone I would like to bring in. Low-key would like to bring Deontay Johnson back, man. He's kind of a hooper. Looking down here, though, at a guy, his name is Darius Slayton. Of course, you guys know who that is. But I think we should look to bring in Darius Slayton. He was somebody who I think we were in on during like the trade deadline process of it all. And we almost got him. Maybe we'll get him in this offseason. But yeah, I think Darius Slayton would be pretty good. That's like it though for like these top names. Once again, of course, if we can get T. Higgins, then we can get what's his name? We can get Chris Godwin, right? That's just what I think. If we can get T. Higgins, and a lot of people want us to get T. Higgins. But I'm just not necessarily the highest on him. But you can kind of add him to the roster or whatever. But past that, I think too we'll like clearly draft some people as well. Well, it'll probably be one of our like earlier picks will be at wide receiver. But those two, like just from free agency, we should definitely look to add either Chris Godwin or Darius Slayton or both if like we're feeling like we're hooping. The next position I kind of want to talk about because I mentioned it earlier is quarterback. Now, I don't think we're going to get the most bang for our buck here. Like, I don't know if we're going to necessarily like sign one of these guys. And looking at the talent, like it's not, mind blowing or whatever, but maybe we'll add one of these guys and like, for our starter next year, I've seen a lot of Sam Darnold. I know like he hooped this year, but I'm just not completely sold on it. I'm not ready to get another quarterback and like then we got to like teach him the offense and all this nonsense. Like, I don't know. Sam Darnold, he did pretty good this year, but I'm just still not sold. Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Jacoby Brissett, Marcus Mariota, Drew Lock, Jared Stidham, Andy Dalton. None of these guys make sense because I think Justin Fields is better than all these guys. Like, I just genuinely think that. Like, I don't think I'm crazy for thinking that. The only guy I would see on here is, hey man, Jameis Winston, man. I know he's a Cleveland Brown and I know he may stink, but I kind of want Jameis Winston on here. I'm gonna give him an asterisk too because like I really don't. But, for the vibes, why not? And also, I'm looking at Joe Flacco and, like, I get it. He was a Raven. I know, right? But, he went to Cleveland. He did his thing in Cleveland. He went to Baltimore. He did his thing in Baltimore. Why not try to complete the, like, AFC North, spin around? Guys, listen, I get it. Raven, Joe Flacco, boo, right? But hear me out. He goes in. Does Joe Flacco not hoop? Like, are we lying right now? Joe Flacco's not a hooper. Is Joe Flacco elite? I'm not going to get into that. But, if Justin Fields gets hurt, we're late in the season or whatever, we're throwing out fucking Joe Flacco. Why not? We played Duck Hodges once. We've been playing Mason Rudolph numerous times. We played Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett, Super Bowl champion, ACC champion, Heisman finalist Kenny Pickett. God, Kenny Pickett, man. I love Kenny Pickett. It is what it is. But yeah, Joe Flacco, why not, man? Other than that, like, these guys stink. Maybe we bring fucking Josh Dobbs back. Carson Wentz is on here. Russell Wilson all the way down here. Oh, my God. Who are these people? Desmond Ridder? Tommy DeVito, maybe. Man, these guys stink. We need to bring Justin Fields back. And low-key, we need to give him a crazy offer because the cream of the crop is not good. And the draft apparently isn't very good either. So I don't think we're going to get anything from there. Running backs. I know we talked about getting rid of Najee Harris, right? But we look at here. We'll have Jalen Warren. Maybe we'll draft somebody. But if we don't want to draft somebody, looking at some of these guys, it's kind of mid. Because I don't want to get like a top end Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, even like J.K. Dobbins. Like, I just don't think that's really what we should do right now. It all depends on the contract, though. Like, if the contract money makes sense, if we can get one of these guys from the low or for the low, then maybe we'll do it. Rico Dowdle down here. I feel like Rico played kind of well. You know what? I'm putting Rico Dowdle on the list. You just made the list. You guys ever watch WWE? Chris Jericho. You just made the list. Rico Dowdle. He just made the list. But low key, past that though, I'm not really. Oh my God, Kenneth Gainwell. Listen, I know Philly. They just won the Super Bowl, and like they've been a great running team. And so like if they're this great running team, how is Kenneth Gainwell not like hooped? But I'm really high on Kenneth Gainwell. I really think he can be good. He did really good at Memphis. He's somebody who I saw like in a like doing mock drafts a while ago, right? Like, and I was like, yo, Kenneth Gainwell is going to be elite. I'm still holding on to that. I don't think he is elite yet, but maybe he will be. And I think we can get him for the low. And we have James Conner. We have Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell out there. That's not really that bad to me. But next, maybe we look at some offensive linemen, but I believe our next like position of need is cornerback. I'm sorry. Because, we talked about it. I got rid of Dante Jackson. I got rid of a bunch of corners for us. Like, we need to really lock in on this position. And if we don't do it in the draft, maybe we can get some pieces in free agency. Looking at the people like Charvarius Ward would be very good for us. I would love to do that. DJ Reed too. Like, I would love to get him as well. But these guys are all void years. They'll probably end up getting re-signed. So like we look at the unrestricted free agents. Jonathan Jones is on here, but he's 32. I don't know if like that's really what we want to do right now at this point, given like the state of our team. But like we have nobody. And so like if we want to just throw Jonathan Jones a bag, maybe we go out and do that. Maybe we go out and get we can get Mike Hilton back maybe. Jeff Okuda, is Okuda a bust? He got drafted so high, man. Like is he cooked? Isaac Yiadom, is he cooked too? I feel like he was somebody who like I saw the Steelers kind of mock to at one point. Now, I'm not going to put one of these guys on the list because like I mentioned Charvarius Ward or DJ Reed, like if we can get one of these guys, fucking do it, right? But they're void years, and so like I don't know if they're actually going to be free agents. But just for the shits and giggles, just for the vibes, I'm going to put DJ Reed on here. I'm going to put DJ Reed, and I know, like, we don't just have infinite money. And so, like, I'm going to give him an asterisk as well. All the people with asterisks, I'm kind of just, like, not the most sure of. Jameis, like, and I'm not the most sure of, one, and then two, like, I don't think, like, we'll actually sign them. Like, Chris Godwin has, like, an asterisk for I don't know if we'll be able to sign him. DJ Reed has one for, like, I don't know if we'll be able to sign him. And then Jameis Winston, I'm going to give him 2 asterisks because this is a pick for, like, I just like him, like, I'm just a fan of the guy. Now, should we actually sign him? Maybe not, but, like, I just like Jameis Winston. It is what it is. Maybe Shaquille Griffin as well. I'll put him on the list, too, Shaquille Griffin, because I think he's kind of a hooper, and, like, we really need corner. But I think this will be a position that, like, we definitely look for in the draft. Next up, the next position of need that I really think like is gonna help is on the interior defensive line, because like if you are a backup running back, if you have friends, if you have family who like you've always wanted them to see a game, you need to have them watch you run against the Pittsburgh Steelers, because we can't stop shit when it comes to the run game. Like our run has been horrible, right? It's been really bad. I'll be honest, like it's been really bad. And so like we need to add some people on the interior defensive line. Obviously, Cameron Hayward is getting up there. Keanu Benton is pretty good. But like past that, like we need some more help. And like I'm looking at Javon Hargrave on here. I don't think we're gonna sign him, but shout out to Javon Hargrave, former Pittsburgh Steeler. He's been making bag after bag after bag. I know he got a deep pocket. Like he's been doing his thing. So like I'm just kind of giving him a shout out. But like, you know, BJ Hill from the Bengals, DJ Jones, Javon Kinlaw, he's kind of young. And like, guys, and once again, this is another void thing. And I'll be honest, like, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure of like how like this positional thing works, because I don't know if Javon Kinlaw, I've really only heard the name, and so like maybe he plays somehow the same position as Cam Hayward, but at some point like you just figure it out, right? Like you just figure out how to get these players on the field. And so I'm gonna put Javon Kinlaw on like players we should look to add, because I think he is a hooper. And once again, if you are a backup running back, if you are a running back at all, and like you like say you get a girlfriend, right, or you get a wife, and like she's never seen you play, like she's from out of the country, all they do is watch soccer, like they don't even know what the NFL is. They know who like Tom Brady is, right? But like they don't know ball, right? If you want to see them, if you want them to see like a crazy game out of you, and you are a running back and you are 8th on the depth chart, you just got pulled up from the practice squad yesterday, but like you are ready to hoop, you're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Because I'm telling you, we let running backs with the number 42 fucking chew us. We let running backs who have fullback numbers do 100 yards and 3 touchdowns on us consistently. This has been a massive problem for us. It's been a huge problem. And like, as soon as teams learn to like run the other side of TJ Watt, like, hey, TJ Watt's over here, let's run over here. That shit worked. We had nothing to stop that. Like, Miketomlin was perplexed at like, why aren't they running the TJ Watt side? Like, oh, I guess we just won't be able to stop anybody on defense. We just throw our hands up, because it's been true. And it has been like this for over and over and over again. Consistently. We just can't stop the run. And so we need to add some players on the interior defensive line. Past that, though, can I just look at overall free agents here? Yeah, this is going to be everybody on here. Fuck it. Let's get Khalil Mack. Let's get Zach Martin. Oh, I didn't look at the offensive line, though. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go get Zach Martin, man. Like, I don't think we actually have the cap space for this. But maybe we give Zach Wilson a chance. I wouldn't be opposed to giving Zach Wilson a chance. I won't lie. Justin Simmons, I wanted him a while ago. Maybe we'll get Robert Woods. I feel like we were like mocked to him at one point. Marcus Davenport, he's been somebody. But like low key, our edge, we have Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, TJ Watt, Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi's on the interior defensive line. Who am I thinking of? Oh, the guy on the Packers who we just signed. I can't think of Preston Smith. Like we have a lot of rotational pieces on the edge position. So like we really don't need like Davenport, but he's just like a name. Let's see, Isaiah Simmons. I would be down for Isaiah Simmons. I'm gonna add Isaiah Simmons on here, not only because his name is Isaiah Simmons, but he can do a lot. He can do a lot for the team. And so really, I think that is gonna do it for me for this video. So like, too long didn't read, too long didn't watch. Players I think we should keep James Daniels, we should keep Justin Fields, we should keep Landon Roberts, DeMonte KZ, James Pierre, Dante Jackson, Jalen Warren, and Tyler Matakevich. And then we should look to add players like Chris Godwin, Darius Slayton, maybe Jameis Winston if we're feeling something, Rico Dowdle, or Kenneth Gainwell, DJ Reed, Shaquille Griffin, Javon Kinlaw, Isaiah Simmons. Now, once again, I've mentioned it over and over and over again. I'm not exactly sure how the cap balance is out. Please don't call me dumb. Please don't roast my video, dislike it, because like obviously, I'm not saying we're going to get every single one of these players. I'm really not saying that. I'm just saying these guys should be like on the lookout for us. These guys should be on the radar for us. And last year, I did not see us getting Patrick Queen, right? I didn't see us getting Cordero Patterson, even though like he didn't play the best, but like these are just name brand, really good players. And so I think we will have a repeat of that in this offseason, because Omar Khan has blessed us with fantastic off seasons pretty consistently. And so I am excited to get this process going. I am excited to meet our new Steelers. And I am excited to watch our Steelers who are leaving go and succeed on other teams, because it seems like that's what always happened. I watched Juju Smith-Schuster, although he lost, I watched him play in a Super Bowl. I watched Kenny Pickett win a Super Bowl yesterday, and this consistently has happened. I watched Antonio Brown win a Super Bowl. Man, we don't want to get into it, man. Shout out to the halftime show, too. Drake is done, even though, light skins, we're down right now. It is what it is. I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. But that is going to do it for the video. I'm sorry. I can't outro. You guys know that, though, if you've been on the channel. I'm the worst at outroing. Next video, I'm not sure if it's going to be the draft video, like a mock draft, but like I'm going to start talking about the draft pretty soon. And so we'll have to see how that goes. We'll see also for like some Steelers news. Maybe shit will come out. Maybe we'll fire some coaches. Maybe we'll fire Miketomlin. Maybe, maybe down there in the comments. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. Probably not, though. So it is what it is. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell for notifications. I'm a fan just like you, and I just like talking about the Steelers. And I'm going to do it forever until I can't talk about the Steelers anymore. So I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.